Hey friend.
Hey friend.
Welcome to the Hey Friend podcast. We on episode 9. Right? Okay. Last time. Messed it up. So I'm Krissi.
Tosha.
Welcome back.
Hey girl, we got some things to talk
A lot
about.
has been going on.
Yeah. So we're at the black table. Today. We at the BLM. We at the black table.
Alright, so a lot has been going on. A lot.
Where do we start?
Clearly Kanye is going through episode.
Oh yeah, they did say that. You know what? I be feeling bad for Kanye though, because it's like, okay, so he randomly, said he was going to run. Yeah, and then probably about a week later, they were like, oh, he's having a bipolar episode. I'm like, damn, that poor boy.
I'm like, take his phone. My thing is not even with him; it's with y'all.
For real.
Do y'all not? Everyone's not educated on how the whole presidency and how to do everything. But common sense tells you it's a little too late for Kanye to seriously been running for president.
Correct.
Like y'all was just really like, this is a distraction. Don't y'all? No, if you had common sense, you would know Kanye just on some bullshit. If he's not really running for president, I think someone posted, "Oh, this is their way of keeping Trump in or getting Biden out." Like, because if it's between Trump and Kanye, then
he'll suppress the
the
black vote for Biden.
But first of all, he didn't have a chance in hell because he wasn't even eligible to be on for a couple of states. He wasn't eligible to be on their ballots. Like he's past that deadline.
Yeah.
So y'all educate yourselves. Stop posting stuff you don't know what you're talking about. Google is your. I wish we had Google when we was in high school, girl. I would have been a superstar student. So just to humor but he said he was running under the new banner, the birthday party, because when he wins, it was gonna be everybody's birthday.
Oh God. Okay.
He said he would have ran as Republican if Trump wasn't in office, and he has some preacher lady that was going to be his running mate.
Oh, okay.
Wyoming lady name, yeah, whatever. She's not important. But yeah, and he no longer supports Trump because he realized, I don't know, some stupid stuff. Anyway, Kanye they need to adjust his meds. Or, I don't know. Pray for you, Kim. Get it under control. Do what you gotta do.
Just hop on that dick.
So, I don't think that helps.
It does.
At this point.
It does. He's quiet now.
But y'all might need to I don't know. Don't they have some type? They should have some type of feature for Twitter, like with TikTok, because when I originally did Kaylee's TikTok, I did it with her real age and everything, and she couldn't post anything because it's under 13, you can't post or whatever, so I had to change it. So I was like, okay, well they need to do that for, like they need to go on his little phone, change his birthday or something.
Yeah, get it together.
For Trump too, they need to do that too. So he'll think he's posted, but it won't really go nowhere.
It's make believe.
Speaking of Trump again, his niece is coming out with a tell-all book.
Yeah, I heard about that.
She said
but he has a lot of stuff out there. That's the thing, is that she's not doing anything really new. I mean, it's probably more personal because it's coming from a relative, but he got stuff on Netflix. I mean, there's so much stuff out on Trump. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like so I get it. I think he's probably being extorted a little bit with her, but I would read it because I was
like,
you know what I'm saying?
Might be interesting.
Yeah.
For the simple fact, this is a family.
This is a family member. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that should be interesting. We can split it. We can get it on like Amazon or something and
exactly.
share it.
Yep, for real.
All the little Karens and shit and all this little bullshit. It was this white couple. I think they're in Cali. They were in Cali. They were trying to deface the BLM, Black Lives Matter mural that they had in front of the courthouse.
Mm-hmm.
And they were painting over it, but dumbasses was painting over it in black paint. So all they did was they literally painted over it and it just said Black Lives Matter in black paint.
I think that's karma. That's funny.
And yeah, but they've been charged with 3 misdemeanors, including a hate crime.
Mm-hmm.
One of the charges for hate crime. Miss Amy Amy Cooper, the lady that called the cops on the guy in the park, the dog. She was charged with a false report in the 3rd degree.
Yeah.
But Mr. Christian Cooper, no relation to each other. This is the problem. This talking about he's not going to cooperate with the DA with the charges against this lady. So yeah, like you could have been dead, but whatever. They gonna be best friends. They might get married. She don't have to change her name.
She don't even gotta change her name. The Coopers.
Yeah. So now we can go. There's a lot of places
Another
we can go. Yeah, it was a lot going on, so I'm trying to figure out where we're going. Between Pusha T, study coming for Drake.
He needs to get over himself too. Like, I don't even understand. I don't understand why. Like, here's the thing. It does nothing for Drake to even respond to Pusha because he's not really hot like that. Don't get me wrong. Pusha's talented, but he's not hot.
He's not.
So he's not really a somebody to
on
Drake's status, on Drake's caliber. He's not even someone to respond to.
A lot of people wouldn't even know who he was.
There you go.
It wasn't like a lot of the younger kids definitely
Would not know.
Like we know because of
right
the clips.
Exactly.
But a lot of people who?
And I mean, you've already gotten that. Here's the thing: you've already gotten that part by exposing the child with the Adonis track. So you've already gotten your little whatever you call it, whatever you called yourself doing. You've gotten that. Move forward. Take that little win. You got that little jab. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing: Drake tried to come back, and he really couldn't come back because it was something that he didn't want exposed. He wanted to expose it on his time.
Right.
So
and you gotta kind of respect that.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I totally agree. But again, Pusha got that one.
Right. He did.
So at this point.
But you.
Yeah, it's a little, now you coming at him again, and it's like, what do you really have at this point? Like, you don't, it's nobody's paying attention.
But I meant to have it together. But Drake be having his little sneak disses. Like, he be saying little shit. So.
Oh, yeah, he's going to. But it's not, here's the thing, but it's not going to get, I don't think that, unless Drake finds some, like, real life, like 50 Cent petty shit on Pusha T, it'll be brushed over because Drake can be a little subliminal in his own way. See, Pusha really like kind of put that Adonis shit out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he really caught you off guard with it. Drake would have to come back with something that you would really catch us off guard, like how 50 with his petty shit.
Yeah,
he'll pull some shit out from 1958 and
like
be like,
he did T.I.
Yeah, and Rick Ross, and you know, we found out through 50 about Rick Ross being a correctional officer.
Right.
So he'll pull some shit out. Drake would have to kind of do that in order to get our attention on Pusha T, but again, he don't really want our attention on Pusha T like that. You know what I'm saying? He's not nothing to really put your attention on. Him and Meek, on the other hand, yeah, that got everybody lit up. That was good for the both of them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know.
They both was very relevant.
Like, right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is that
and I get that.
Pusha's not really that relevant.
On Drake's standpoint, like you said, he's not really relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Drake's gonna put his energy into anything or anyone. It's gonna be something that is gonna
and my
benefit him in the long run. Like,
here's the
really
thing.
benefit him.
If he, because Pusha won the first time with the exposure, if he comes at Pusha T the second time, he got to come with some 50 Cent pettiness. Mm-hmm. We ain't trying to hear no other shit. Right. We need you to bring some shit out the cut to shut this motherfucker all the way up. Mm-hmm. Where he ain't saying nothing else. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, but his I don't know. I'm just over it. Just move on. Like, just
correct.
Find somebody else to pick on. Like, 50, everybody can get it. Like, that's probably why we really don't get tired of 50, because he's not.
He don't back down.
One person.
He don't back down. He don't back down. He don't give a fuck who it is. He don't back down. He gonna come with something. Mm-hmm. And I mean, and sometimes his shit can linger on, where you like, all right, 50, they didn't have it.
Well, yeah, he has his
moment. But at the same time,
but everybody can get it. Like,
everybody
it's not
can get it. Yep.
Pusha T is
that's what I love it.
It's just Drake.
It's not. You looking like you obsessed with the boy. Right. What you say? What you're saying about him? What you're saying about him is not fucking going to decline those record sales. It is not going to. Motherfuckers are still gonna be buying his shit. Motherfuckers are still gonna be calling him to go. Motherfuckers are still gonna be. So yeah, it's not really doing anything for you, and it ain't doing nothing for your career either. What you dissing them.
It definitely it didn't help you last time when you.
It didn't, and that was an exposure, but it didn't help your career. So I would leave that alone.
Yeah, move on. Find someone else. Figure something out. But leave Drake alone. Drake got a baby to raise. He ain't worried about you. You just got married too. Like, worry about your wife. Didn't they have a baby or something?
I have no idea. I'm not like a big Pusha T fan. Yeah.
So therefore, leave people alone. He's like a bully. Like, just leave people alone. Leave them alone. Shit.
He's bored.
Well, we're all bored, but you don't see me starting shit with people. Because when I have time. Anyway.
Ooh, baby, this Gemini boy, she be talking shit. You don't see me starting shit with people that I gotta think. Like, it probably was like the day before yesterday.
I did no. Wait, who? I didn't do nothing. I said I can, but I choose not to. I calm down. I said my piece.
Listen. You always remember, guys. There's two people. So right now, 2 people in there. So right now, you're getting the good.
You making me sound like I'm Kanye Jr. No, what's he?
I'm
about to say that was.
She did that to herself.
That was not a good. Oh Lord. So T.I. has been calling out 50. Speaking of 50.
Oh man, I mean, he's so serious.
I'm like, why not?
But you know what? I think it'd be good.
Yeah, like I don't see why not.
But see, me being the music junkie that I am,
okay,
I'm like, that's not an epic versus. And the reason why I say that is because it's 2 different sounds. Don't get me wrong, T.I. be having some G shit. But it's such a difference to me between South G shit and East Coast G shit.
That was T.I.
And I got that. I listened to his whole live and shit that when he was talking to Kevin Hart. So I listened to the whole thing.
That's who he was talking to?
Yeah.
Oh. Because I was like, who is it?
Yeah, because it was their 50 Cent and Kevin's birthday was on the same day.
Okay.
So yeah, I listened to that whole conversation. Loved it. Was hilarious. And T.I. was so serious. Mm-hmm. And his thing is that, because East Coast always talking shit on the South, this and that, like, we ain't got this, we ain't got that. And I get it, T.I. I definitely fucking get it. Because y'all, the South, period. We talking about ATL, Houston, Memphis, like, you guys are a lot more, y'all have a better camaraderie than we do on the East Coast. We're a little bit more competitive against each other. Mm-hmm. So when y'all link up, or if it's a down south mixtape or whatever, that shit is gonna be live. You hear me? East Coast could do the same thing, but they just so competitive. So they get along, and I mean, like, even rappers like Jada Kiss and shit have given it up to the South in regards to how y'all work together and really stick by each other when it comes to y'all music. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's everything. And we don't really have that too much on the East Coast. We kind of like catching up on that. We kind of looking at what you guys are doing, and we're like, man, if we fucking link up like that,
right,
we can have some shit on lock, because at one point, I mean,
y'all did.
We did it. You know what I'm saying? This is we are hip hop. You know what I mean? So
I guess y'all already had, not y'all, but the, like, East Coast, like, they already had. If they were together, they already had groups. Like, they were together already.
Right,
so, like,
exactly.
And then
Yeah. But it would be. But the thing is, it's almost like it was always a certain competitive nature in regards to, let's say, Wu-Tang and Onyx, or you know what I mean, or whatever the case may be. It's always this competition. You know what I mean, to get them on the same record or whatever. It's like, fuck no. You know what I mean? We don't fuck with y'all Long Island niggas, or we don't fuck with y'all Queen niggas, or whatever. So, but with ATL and Houston and shit, they don't have that. It's we as one. Yeah. So, so I get what T.I. was getting at. I definitely get it, but I would rather, and I think that's just me knowing how, and coming from where on the East Coast, us being in the music industry, it's like a competitive sport. So for me, I would rather see a T.I. and Jeezy, or a T.I. and Gucci Mane, or something like that, because they were competitive at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? It didn't last that long, but they were competitive. So it's like, when y'all were putting y'all music out and putting these hits out, or putting some shit out, or y'all on some shit on the mixtape, y'all was jabbing each other. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was going, who's going to come out with the next hit? There was some competitiveness there. So I would rather see the South do the South.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I would rather see, you know, Jeezy or Gucci Mane versus 2 Chainz, or 2 Chainz versus whoever. But the T.I. and 50, now I will say this about 50 is a little washed up musically. So that's where I'm like, right, he really hasn't. You know what I'm saying? He'll make some shit. That's what I'm like, I be seeing shit, like for instance, you know, he'll put out shit for like his movies, or like Power and shit like that. I'm like, nigga, you still got it. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, Power Book 2.
Yeah.
That's coming out next.
Oh, I'm excited about it.
September. I'm ready.
So I'm like, he be putting his shit out, like putting his little shit on it, you know, putting his little his music out with his series and his films and shit. But as far as albums go, no. And that's where I think T.I. will get them.
Right.
Is when it comes. Now, don't get me wrong, 50 got hits, but I do believe that T.I. has more under his belt.
He does.
You know what I'm saying? He has more. Yeah, when you break it down, T.I. has more under his belt.
T.I. because it was a debate with, I don't know if you saw that, with Charlamagne and DJ Envy, Breakfast Club, and he of course Envy East Coast. He's on Ride 50. So he's like, oh no.
Yeah, Charlamagne was on T.I. because they was, and look, they were breaking down that catalog.
Yeah.
But
when you're breaking down,
when you breaking out T.I. shit,
features, and then T.I. with his features.
Yeah. He got some shit. You know what I mean?
I definitely could name way more T.I. songs than I can name 50.
I probably can too. And I love 50, but I probably can name more. So, yeah, I don't know about that one. And then I'm just like, it's 2 different styles of music too. I think that's another thing that's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm necessarily here for that one.
Because, well, who was it? It was Luda and Lil Jon. Was it Lil Jon?
But see, like, now Luda, like, I would want Luda to go up against 2 Chainz. You get what I'm saying?
I'm trying to think, like,
but
as
I
far
can see
as
that.
Style,
yeah, but
who did Luda go? It was Lil Jon. Who was it?
I don't know.
I don't remember because there's been so many at this point. I don't know, but I think they were. But they're kind of they had that crunk music.
Right.
They was in that crunk era.
Exactly.
So yeah, so you are gonna be like. Yep. So who would T.I. be better to go against?
I think it would be. I think for me, my opinion would be like a Jeezy or Gucci Mane.
Yeah, and the trap music.
Yeah, exactly. It's trapping. So they fall in that bracket. You know what I'm saying? So That would be my, if I had my way, it would be them.
So, because 50 Cent saying he don't want to battle T.I., so do you think he just know? Like, you know how 50 Cent is so like...
And that's what I'm kind of surprised by, but then I'm wondering if he's looking at it about the same way that I'm looking at it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
That he really can't...
Yeah.
He's never going to admit it to anyone, but he knows, like, I really can't stack up against him, but I don't want to put myself out there because he's such a freaking troll.
Right.
So,
but he's also competitive as well. So that's why I'm kind of surprised that he backed out.
Yeah. And then he wanted to divert our attention with the video of T.I. and his Crime Stoppers commercial.
Right. And
So
I
you're
love
trying
how
to divert the
T.I. and I love
attention.
how T.I. came back like, nigga, but I ain't never snitch on nobody. You hear me? No.
While you over here was co-signing for damn the little Rainbow Break and shit. So
6ix9ine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that was his son.
right. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Right.
So we can go two ways. We can continue with 50. We can talk about August and Jada.
Well, we might as well continue with 50 because we
Okay.
just talking about
So he made this reference. He was on Lil Wayne's little podcast thing, or whatever, and he was saying that he prefers the exotic women over the angry black women because we're so angry.
So, you know, I'm not surprised by his statement when we were talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot to say, but I don't think I'm going to really just keep elaborate so much on it in regards to that. But I'm not surprised by it. And his type of mindset has been going on since slavery. And it's a slave type of mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, everybody has their preferences. I'm not
Right.
knocking at it. It's okay.
That'll be the first thing.
Yeah, that's the first thing that people would say. Well, people is entitled to their preferences. Yes, absolutely.
But when you're downing when you're downing your non-preference, that's when the problem
Because
comes
what you're saying is that, the way he said it was like, man, when you find some shit like this or whatever, he like, that's looking like it came fresh off the boat. Like, this is some other type of shit. They're just so exotic. And he was like, it's different from when you see just your everyday women. Like, you know what I mean? In your neighborhood or in your... No, black women are not just your everyday women. So I don't know what ratchet bitches or whatever you were looking at regular, you know what I mean? I don't know what you were looking at on an everyday basis because we come in all colors and all of that. Like we're probably the most versatile of all the races.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, including your Cuban that you're with, is that she's brown like us. She's probably like Cuban Afro or Afro-Cuban rather.
Right.
Like they have Afro-Dominicans. So again, I say it's a slave mentality. I've been around people. I have some family members that are like that.
Mm-hmm.
I have friends that I've heard, and it really it gets through my skin that we have that mentality that follows us.
You think that
through that time, it's almost like a generational curse.
My problem is those that think they've come up on something great. Like they ain't no better.
So
everyone is.
What my friend is trying to say is that one thing's for certain, right? Is that you are looking at aesthetics. So you're looking at what this person is looking like. So, she light skinned or she's caramel. She got these pretty gray or pretty hazel eyes. She got this long fine hair. She got this. But what the fuck is her mental about? Because that's where the longevity comes from. So for me, the way I look at it is that some of our black men, if they have the opportunity to buy the type of bitch that they want, they will buy. And that's, again, what 50 talking about, and what people are saying is that if you didn't have this money, you more than likely 9 times out of 10 you wouldn't attract this type of bitch because it wouldn't be so. They wouldn't be considered so exotic or so this or so that to you. They would if these were just, what do I want to say? When you're comparing, like, okay, you got your regular black women and you got these exotic women that's fresh off the boat, basically the way he said it, which I think is like real derogatory and just, But okay, would these women look at you if you didn't have this money, right?
Or if you wasn't famous. Or
black women, typically, and it's been studied, we date for the most part within our race. We love our black men. We from the beginning of time since slavery. You know what I'm saying? We love our black men. We typically don't want to step outside of our race. But it's like when you men, some of you men, I don't want to put you guys all in a bucket, but you get a little bit of change or whatever, and you're like, oh shoot, I can get that one that I've probably been looking at in that Ebony magazine or Jet magazine or whatever the fuck, since she was a teenager. I want this one. I want Selena or whatever, okay? But will Selena and those other exotic women, as you call them, when our money run out, will they still be there? You know what I'm saying? And then you breed black children. Right. So in the beginning, before you had that money, you had these black babies. So you got black sons and daughters. So they have to, so would you want like a man to be, or a woman to be like, shoot, I don't want your motherfucking son. That's a whole nigga.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or he too dark. He not light enough for me. Or she too dark. Or she, you know what I'm saying? I have friends, I got guy friends that be like, I don't date women my complexion. That's self-hatred.
You're self-hating because 9 times out of 10, your mama probably the same.
Yeah, that's self-hatred. It's that's to me is like, that's the worst. That's worse than having a low self-esteem. You got literally self-hate.
I mean, it goes both ways. Some men, it goes both ways is what I was trying to say. So some men like my color would be like, I don't date girls my color. I wouldn't date you because you're the same color. What does it fucking matter about my skin color at the end of the day? And then it just sounds crazy for me to say, but it's like, oh, well, you have that good hair. What does it matter? Shit, because I'm still wear weave, so it don't fucking matter. Like, what kind of hair I got, what's my skin complexion got to do with, but dark, light, whatever. How can you say I won't date? And 9 times out of 10, you may have a daughter that's your same complexion. So you want some ugly little boy to tell her, oh, I'm not gonna date you because you too dark. But you've had that same mindset this whole time, saying that's about somebody else's daughter. Might be the best person in the world, the sweetest person in the world, ride or die for you. Don't say that. Because you got to think about it if you have a daughter. Like, that's how I'm thinking about it. If your daughter knows, my daddy said he really know, she could overhear that, whatever the case may be.
And you fuck up.
And so now you're fucking up her self-esteem because daddy don't date his color. So you love the hell out your daughter, but don't stop saying that the skin color, all that. But like you say, go back to the slavery.
And my thing is that, listen, how in the fuck can we possibly be on a Black Lives Matter movement and we are on some shit about our own motherfucking colors and our own skin color, and we got these preferences and we don't want to date our own people and our own kind? How can you be like Black Lives Matter? Baby, you got to have that shit in your soul, your spirit. Like, you got to love yourself regardless. So how can these white folks even take us motherfucking seriously?
When you sitting there talking about, I want an exotic woman.
I can't date, or I don't want to date. I don't date nobody that's darker than me or that's my skin tone. What? How the fuck does that sound? How does that sound? When you can be with,
sound like you have low.
It's a self-esteem issue. It's a self-hatred. You got an issue with your own within.
Because it shouldn't matter. Like, if you love you,
I don't understand it.
Then you're gonna love all of you. Like, you're gonna love every shade of you,
every shade of your people, and yourself.
Now, personality and certain things, like if a person's personality, but you can't box all of us. Oh, these women. If we're standing up for ourselves, we're angry, we're mad, we're aggressive, we're this because I'm standing up for myself. Because you're not standing up for us. So we have to stand up for ourselves and speak up for ourselves. But then
we're the most vulnerable, disrespected.
The most, but
race and women.
Let something happen.
As a woman, your black woman is the most, and it's sad why we getting it from you.
And when y'all
from the men.
When y'all do this and you publicly, 50 Cent, when you're saying things like, I like exotic women, I don't like the black African American, whatever, they're angry, they're this, they're that. So then you're in a way, no, not in a way, you are, not all of y'all, but you are giving some of those Karens and some of those Beckys and exotics and all of those great women, in your opinion, that green light to be like, see, they don't like their ghetto, they're this, that's why they want me. You're giving them that right to say that, so you're still disrespecting us because you shouldn't allow nobody, just like family. Okay, I could talk about you, but ain't nobody gonna talk about you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They shouldn't even be talking about us, period. But you're out there putting that narrative out there like, I don't want the black woman because of this and that. You know, these women, they treat us better. They this, they that. Nigga, but who is out there on the front lines for y'all right now? Speak it up loud and clear for you right now.
About our black men.
And that's where I go back to when I was saying in the previous episode, say his name. Because y'all want that, but when shit is hitting the fan, 90% of them are quiet. They ain't saying shit about you, but they love to be with you. But they ain't saying shit about you. And they love to talk about us, but they ain't saying shit about it. They not doing nothing to stand up for you. But we're out there standing up for you regardless of what you say, regardless of what you don't want to date us because of X, Y, Z and all that. We're still out there because we still love you. We still standing up for you. But you ain't standing up for us. That's part of the reason, again, why Breonna Taylor's killers have not been arrested, because y'all are not standing up because it's a woman. Mm-hmm. If it was, and it's no disrespect to anyone else that has lost their life, but because it was a woman, it wasn't the uproar as versus George Floyd and Ahmaud, because in those things, she was in between those two killings. So that's proof. If you don't see it any other way, that is right there proof of what we're talking about.
Right. Listen. Y'all niggas ain't learned nothing from the movie Blow. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to tell my friend about, you know, how when you buy your foreign chick, what happens typically when it comes to, are they really down when you don't have it? That's a perfect example of buying buying her or buying that, that representation. And then when you lose it all, that bitch say, fuck you. Blow. Scarface. That bitch didn't give a fuck about Tony. No. She didn't give a fuck about Frank. For real, as long as Frank had that money, she was there. But and here's the thing though, and Tony in her eyes, like, this is a white woman. Tony's ass is a nothing. What she say, that's the help. You know what I'm saying? But he wanted her so bad because he felt like, damn, man, Frank got this riding ass bitch with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? This little fat motherfucker don't deserve her. It's this and that. You know what I mean? All of that. But he fucking killed Frank by the bitch. And at the end, she could give a fuck. Right. She just went with him because, okay, now you got the power. Now you got the money and the power. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't give a fuck about you before. I really don't give a fuck about you now, as long as you're going to pay for this lifestyle. Right. He was complaining. He was unhappy than a motherfucker with her. He didn't get the same bitch that he felt like Frank had.
You just made me think about
Yeah.
Bitch,
So
you ain't gonna.
you know what I mean? So it's just I'm just like, y'all niggas ain't learned from them movies of what comes along with buying a bitch, and the bitch is outside of your race, because both of them blow. That bitch was Colombian, Scarface. That bitch was white. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all niggas need to get it together. But then when they do y'all like that, then y'all motherfucking scorn and y'all want to come back to us.
Right.
What's real? This is the real shit right here.
You've been real from day one.
You know what I mean? When you didn't have shit. When you didn't have a motherfucking thing.
We was okay with you. and 50 Cent need to go back and listen to 21 Questions, because you need to ask
that bitch 21
you need to ask that bitch, if I was broke tomorrow, would you still be with me? Y'all, you need to ask the Cuban Link, whatever the fuck her name. What's her name?
Cuban Link.
Oh, okay. Well,
21 Questions.
So you need to ask her and be for real, because you can't do. I guess they shot the Power Book too, but you ain't shooting your other series, and you know what I'm saying. So your money flow. You know, she's still gonna be down.
Goodness.
But Vivica said he's a fuckboy, so, and he was in love with Vivica.
See, I'm kind of on the 50 side with Vivica now, because their relationship was not that long. I don't necessarily know, because he fucked with Sierra too. So their relationship was not that long, but I do think Vivica might have a point on him, is that he wants someone that he can kind of control or dominate. Like, he couldn't dominate those women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They got their
They got their own
own careers.
careers, they got their own money, and there's men out there, I ain't even putting our black men in that particular category. I don't want to box y'all in like that, but because there's both black and white men that can be, it's an ego thing, right, or whatever. Sometimes with men, when they find someone that is of their statue as far as getting money and hustling and got their own shit, just like them. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like with him, it's more so, it kind of intimidates him to a certain extent. When a bitch really got their shit together really on his,
that was already, or that,
Come on.
Yeah, because I don't know none of these bitches. Like, I barely know. I couldn't tell you, if you showed me a lineup of the girl that he's with now, I couldn't tell you, oh yeah, that's her. Like, I wouldn't really know, because I don't really care. Right. But so the topic, and y'all just not haters, but y'all just miserable daddies, because people just want to complain about shit. So if you're just over the August Alsina, you don't want to hear about it, or you think, wait a minute, why are you talking about it, and you don't have a life, cut it off. Bye, thanks. So anyway, because I've been seeing it all over Facebook, like, why is the people so worried about it? Just let people live their life, because if we was not worried about it, and if we was doing something
there's
else,
going to be something else.
To say. So
right.
Shut up, get a life. I don't care, fuck you. And stop posting shit like you wrote it. Because I done seen the same fucking things, like somebody, like they wrote it, like that's their come up, and they just did it on their own little post. I have a lot of friends on my thing, so therefore, I was looking at you sideways, so you just really gonna make this look like you posted it? Okay. But anywho, so Jada finally came to the table. Well, let's rewind back. So Mr. August, I didn't get a chance to watch it. Did you watch it? Okay, so I didn't get a chance. I just saw little clips here and there, but I didn't get a chance.
It wasn't that long. It was like only 13 minutes.
No, it's like 45 minutes.
No, when I went to Facebook Watch, they showed 13 minutes of it, and the way they exited it out is if that's what it was, and that's all it's going to be.
I saw.
So yeah, you gonna have to let me see what you think, because I didn't see no more.
I saw it.
After they was like, hey, we ride together, we die together, bad marriage for life. That was it. So they didn't. It like wasn't long. They was like bad marriage for life. So the way they exited out, it wasn't long.
I saw the thing when I was talking to you yesterday. It was like it was flipped out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. It say 42 minutes.
No, this is a Father's Day segment.
Oh, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you really didn't say nothing.
Yeah. Right. It wasn't like an
I could
intense.
have watched.
Yeah, it wasn't. And that's why I was like, man, this is really short. It wasn't even like I thought that they were gonna have like an intense conversation,
Right.
Like about
that
the
was
cast
just their
and
way
this and that.
to
There you go.
kinda.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so August was doing an interview with Angela Yee, and because I don't know, it was the bracelets clinking or the hair, I don't know, I just couldn't.
I couldn't get into that for a while either. It was a lot going on.
So from what I can remember, what I'm thinking of, like he kind of was saying like that relationship affected his health or something, and that, I don't know. August, you got a lot. Anyway, y'all got the most fragile nigga in the world.
You call him fragile.
I'm like, oh God. So anyway, so from what I saw, the red table, whatever. So apparently Will and Jada broke up or was separated for a while, and she got with August.
She got entangled with August.
Okay, so she got entangled with August in the sheets. Okay, so then she got entangled with August, and then I guess this is what I'm taking from the memes and everything. So then she and Will decided to work it out, and she told August kick rocks, and then August got in his feelings and then put himself in the hospital. So that's what happened.
I don't know about that.
Well, that's what he's saying. Like his health that was bothering him so bad it affected his health.
He said he almost died. Yeah. I did die. So yeah, I didn't get that part where I didn't get the part about the hospitalization. I don't think I even went that far with August because he was rambling.
I don't know if he said that. I just remember August was in the hospital. And I don't know.
It was too much.
Because he took too long to get there.
Yeah,
like,
it did. It
was
really
like
was
using
going
the
on.
Apple GPS. It take you everywhere but where you need to go. That's what he was doing.
It was a lot going on. So, what it sounds like is that okay. What I want to really put on our black table, bring to the black table, is that one. It does show that women cheat emotionally. Y'all men can cheat just for whatever, and there's nothing in y'all brain but just pussy or something new.
So is this considered cheating?
Oh, she cheated. I mean, yeah, absolutely. They were still married.
But what was Will doing?
Well, wait a minute. Let me get there. Look, this bitch, she definitely on that feminism. Like, we got to be on the woman's side. But
I'm not on her side. I'm just
here's
trying
the
to
thing.
figure out
Here's the thing. It's not even because two wrongs don't make a right. So even if he did cheat, that does not give her the okay to do the same thing in a marriage. But
why were they separated?
They were separated because, first of all, there's a happiness situation. Somebody's not satisfied. I don't know where they satisfied it.
She said
sexually,
she just
whatever.
wanted to be happy.
Right. So, and Will said that he was really ready to leave her. Like he was very serious, and he did put. I did notice that is that he put emphasis on it. Mm-hmm. Like he was ready to be done.
Okay.
So he did put emphasis on it. I do believe that Will did do something, of course.
Right.
And see what tends to happen, and I'm not being verbatim, I'm just trying to put the pieces together from what I've gathered from watching Jay and Will's thing. Mm-hmm. Sometimes if a guy's stepping out on the marriage or whatever, even in a relationship, what women look for is your consistency. I always say that. We look for consistency in men at all times. I don't give a fuck if we've been with you for 10, 15 years.
20 years.
We've been with you for 3 months and we're looking for...
I'm sorry.
That's that Gemini. Hey, your sister got the talking. So I love you. Wait. So yeah, 3 months. We're looking at your consistency. Mm-hmm. So when a guy gets to stepping out or whatever, and if you really liking what you getting outside or whatever the case may be, of course it's going to get your consistency off.
Why are you pointing at me though?
I didn't point at you. You're being paranoid. So, so if you are, you're getting what you want or whatever outside your marriage or outside your relationship, your consistency is going to be off.
Right.
So I'm sure it has something to do with that. She was saying that at this point, her and Will was just they was just going through a rough patch. August comes in to both of them supposedly for their advice. He's going through a tough time. I think he had lost his sister. There was just a lot of shit going on. That's the thing about Virgos, Lord. I know that's true. Like, he had a lot going on. Virgos, we have a lot going on.
Is Jada one too?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
yeah, they do. We have them.
Yeah, they have a lot going on. So there was a lot of shit going on with him back to back, right? And of course his health is not up to par, and he was looking for their assistance and help and stuff with that and resources and everything. Well, in the brinks of that, him getting the resources from Will and Jada's relationship is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So I can imagine how kind of awkward that could have been, because they trying to kind of come together for him, but at the same time they got their own personal shit going on, right? One thing that I do know about Virgos, that's both men and women, they like to feel needed. So, I mean, men like to feel needed as well. They typically perform at their best when they feeling needed. That's where it goes back to how some men can be intimidated when you don't need them. You know what I'm saying? When you got your own shit and you don't really need them for shit. But we do. It's just maybe not financially, but it may be on emotional and mental things. You know what I'm saying? But a man feels like a man when he can provide financially. Right. So one thing all right, I'm skipping, but I feel like Jada probably felt at her best because she got this guy that really needs her. You know what I'm saying? So she's able to help him in that area. And then August is a Virgo himself. So I don't know, maybe he was making her feel beautiful and pretty, and he young too. You know what I'm saying? So he probably was making her feel like Will might not have been making her feel for some time. Right. You know what I mean? And that's where the entanglement, what she's talking about, this new term that she didn't
So from
enforce.
what I was, from the memes or whatever, she was saying entanglement, and Will was like it was a relationship. Right. And I get
and
that's what it is.
That's what it was. At the end of the day,
she's trying to make it
seem like it was like, oh, I just got caught up. She made it sound, she tried to put
like she tripped over.
She tried to put a Band-Aid on that. Right. You know what I'm saying? We'll snatch that shit clean off.
I mean, say what it is. Like, clearly he knows about it.
She tried to put a Band-Aid on it. So, yeah. They were in a relationship. Because here's the thing, they're in a space together too much. You get what I mean? And that's another thing. Right. Is that if you are going through this separation with your husband or whatever the case may be, you in this space with this other guy, and y'all spending time, and the more time you spend together, the more time y'all talking, the more time y'all getting closer, the more time y'all are getting emotional, and all of that shit. Right. So this is what ends up happening. You know what I'm saying? There was a meme I probably put out fucking years ago on my Instagram. It should still be there, but it says, if you let your woman have a man's shoulder to cry on, it becomes a dick to ride on, and that's exactly what the fuck happened. Right. So. Yeah. I'm gonna shut up. Yeah. When the bad one, or from what I can see, you wouldn't do that. So that's why it's crucial for when you're in a relationship, when you're in a marriage, to have that communication and try to be able to understand your other half's needs and wants, and not throw them shits to the back burner, because you don't want somebody else to slip in and it becomes she has an emotional relationship with this person, and that's exactly what happens.
That's worse than a physical relationship, right? Physical affair, because if it's emotional, especially for a woman to want to be with another man, when a woman is saying, I'm gonna give myself to another man, that is a lot. She's just not doing it for the fun of it.
No, it's emotional. Men do it for the fun of it. We don't do that for that. It's more.
It's gonna take time.
It's something that we're lacking. It's something that you're really lacking. Yeah. And that we've probably been told you about several times.
Right.
Before we decided to take that leap.
And then we're not gonna. But of all the niggas in the world, because we all know August like to talk and shit.
See, she should have had that motherfucker sign a non-disclosure.
It doesn't matter.
Well, even if she didn't have him sign
it,
but I don't think she did. She should have paid him like these niggas do. She should have fucking paid him to shut the fuck up. Like, niggas do it all the time, but she don't know. She ain't realizing that she talking to damn near a woman herself. So bitches talk. So and he's a bitch for talking, but she should have paid him like these niggas pay bitches. She should have. They well off. She should have paid him to shut the fuck up.
All I'm saying is any nigga that talks on his dick is a
She should have just paid that bitch.
Okay. Well, I said what I said. You said what you said.
I'm just saying. Cause we like look, Lil Duval, it wasn't Lil Duval, it was Country Wayne. He was like, we didn't hear nothing about Will. We ain't had no.
You never know anything about.
We ain't hear shit about Will. Because he paid the bitches to shut the fuck up.
But it's always different with a man.
It is.
Like, if it was a man that's hurt, he's gonna be like, oh, like he's gonna say it all. If a woman's hurt, if you're paying her very well, then she's gonna be like, she might talk shit. Like, he could be paying me, but I'm like, Tosha, this motherfucker. But I'm talking to you. I ain't putting it on Facebook. But yeah.
I think the whole shit is funny. So yeah, that was good for her ratings. And it might be good for his record sales because people probably gonna want to know what he gonna sing. I don't know if his record is out or not. Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, it might have boosted his sales up a little bit.
It didn't pop up in my Apple Music. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't care.
So yeah, so they both kind of hustling. This was a little hustle. It was not too bad. Not too bad of a hustle, Jada, in August.
No, hold on. So August though, I don't know if Keke Palmer.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Said something. I'm like, why you coming out for the baby? What did she do? Like, but you talk all this hot shit, but you was over there crying to Angela about Jada hurt your feelings. So,
she thinks because she is not popping.
I mean, Keke needs to sit down. But
she can rock her too.
But why he came for her?
She should have shut the fuck up. She's trying to talk.
What did she say? I saw when he came for her.
No, yeah, she posted a meme about in regards to him because they used to fuck around.
Oh, because she was in a car with him.
Yeah,
that one.
Right. So he came for her.
And he's like, "You mad because you got hurt?"
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Her twat is not hot enough. Jada's twat was hot. He was crying. He was on down there, Angela. He's crying about that. He said it broke me.
Anybody that had Tupac writing poems about you and Jada said
that's experience. That's experience. Cootie.
And Jada told Will that.
You know what I'm saying?
She told him. He listened. No.
You see how Kayne reacted on Menace about that bitch? He fucked that nigga up.
The real Jada, the character Jada, all of you just, I don't know. But I got a date. So
okay, let's wrap this up.
Maybe they'll continue.
We're under an hour? Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's 12 whole minutes. Just like the red tape talk was 13.
Oh, that's funny.
No, I think it's probably like an hour altogether. But you guys, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button.
Yes. Please.
Follow us on Instagram at hey_friend_podcast on Instagram. Facebook, like us, Hey Friend Podcast. Twitter at friend_podcast.
Get it, friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it one day. And if you have any questions, if you know either one of us, if you know me and don't know her, or vice versa, you know her and not me, it doesn't matter. As long as one of us know you,
right.
And you want to be, and you're in Houston, and you want to be on the podcast, hit one of us up.
Yeah, we would love to have guests on.
You can DM us our personal pages. You can DM us on don't do it on Instagram. But no, you can do it on Instagram. Don't do it on Facebook. Don't DM that hey friend, because it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
But personally, whatever. Email heyfriendproductions2020@gmail.com. But most likely y'all like to slide in the DM, so go ahead. We don't want dick pics. So anyway, y'all have a
listen. It's about business. Don't be sliding none of that.
No,
shit.
because I'm saying you can slide in our DMs and then they be over there talking about what's good. No, nigga, I don't.
I will embarrass you. Okay.
We're podcasters, so we can.
we'll air your shit out.
Screenshots and motherfucker. So anyway, thank you for tuning in, and be safe and have fun, and
don't forget your mask and sanitizer. Still in quarantine.
I too.
It sure is. For the shit.
Love y'all.